Hello my friends, and welcome to another What's New in Skincare for May of 2022. Happy Memorial Day to everybody who is tuning in on the day this goes live. To say something positive on this day, I would like to make a reminder of how wonderful it is that we all have the right to vote in this country, so make sure you vote at every opportunity, in every primary, in every local election. But today's video is going to be all about skincare, and overall, it's a pretty exciting month. I do have to admit to you all up front, I really thought this was just going to be a chill, fun, drugstore heavy month. We have so many exciting drugstore releases. And then it took a turn in this past week, and we have a little bit of drama. Lot. You all be the judge of that, but I'm going to share with you my picks for what releases are exciting for this month. So you probably know the drill by now. We have sections for drugstore skincare, Korean skincare, high-end skincare, all in the description box below, along with links that are affiliated when I can make an affiliate link. And I'm pretty sure we do have a lot to talk about, so let's go ahead and dive right in and talk about drugstore skincare releases. We could start with some drama here, but I think we're going to go ahead and start with a little bit of a more positive note. So I grabbed the two latest releases from Rosen Skincare. If you haven't heard me go off about Rosen Skincare before, they're one of my favorite brands. I love their whole idea behind the brand. I feel like there's a lot of brands out there where I find myself going, what is your mission? What is your goal in creating a skincare company? That goal is so clearly laid out with the Rosen Skincare brand. They wanted to create acne care that doesn't focus on the typical ingredients. You know, salicylic acid, benzoyl peroxide, ingredients that I feel anybody who has dealt with acne has probably tried. Now, the reality is most people will find some solutions via those ingredients. But what about the people that don't? I've always respected Rosen for creating alternatives, or not even necessarily alternatives, but nice additions. You know, you might not want to use a full routine that all contains salicylic acid if you have acne. And these two new releases are exactly in line with what Rosen has been saying all these years. So the Tidal Toner is a new toner that is made with silver ions. The point of using silver ions is to offer an alternative that is antibacterial. Super simple ingredients list, no added fragrance, fantastic price, and Rosen is now available at a lot of different stores. I'm not sure if you can get the new releases yet anywhere other than their website. I do still have a referral code though, Alice, for 20% off. The other product is the Clearing Concentrate. This is a zinc-based night cream, they say, for large breakouts. One thing I would point out is that this is a very thick formula, so I would really recommend using this as a spot treatment. But it is interesting to see zinc oxide used in this way. We almost always talk about zinc oxide in the skincare community for its use in sunscreens, right? Almost always. But it actually is an ingredient in other products like diaper ointments or diaper rash ointments rather. And that's because it can be a calming ingredient. And in this product is combined with tea tree oil, which is another potent antimicrobial ingredient. Again though, definitely, I would say it's a spot treatment. It's a lot to put all over your face. Don't think I didn't try it. I haven't mentioned yet, I do try to do first impressions of these products before I come on camera. Yeah, I tried it all over my face and it was a lot. But as a spot treatment, it's quite nice. My other drugstore purchase for this month is this is where the drama starts. Oh, this section is going to be so hard for me because originally I really thought I was going to come on camera and talk about an exciting new collection, and instead we've got to talk about websites communicating clearly with their customers, standing behind their promises. You might want to grab a cup of tea. Okay, so e.l.f., one of my favorite, or should I say former favorite? Oh, it's going to get intense. A brand I have loved in the past released their Blemish Collection. Now, in case you haven't gathered it by this point in the video, I do indeed deal with acne. So since I've loved e.l.f. in the past and I have a skin type that's probably perfect for this, I was so excited about this collection. Before I even made these purchases, I was looking at what they were claiming with this collection. It's a good level of salicylic acid. It's about 1% in these products. We have some niacinamide, we have some tranexamic acid in these products. Also some PHA in the serum, an ingredient we don't see too often, lactobionic acid. So I was thinking, I want to buy this. I want to buy this and review it on my channel. I've done this often with e.l.f.'s collections. In fact, I did it with the last collection. Even though it could have gone better, I still love e.l.f., so I was still excited. So I'm going to take you through what happened. So I get this email about this new collection. I'm really excited, right? And I don't have a lot of time in this exact moment. So I click through, I'm looking at the website thinking I want to buy this. And I notice I can't find the sizes on these products. That makes me personally not feel comfortable with buying a product. I'm somebody who has to know the quantity before I make a purchase. Maybe you've noticed it on this channel, but I tend to be pretty numbers oriented. That's why you see the price and the size listed every time I'm talking about products, right? So I was perplexed by this, but then I clicked on what was called the Blemish Control Basics Kit. Usually I don't buy the minis, but I clicked through and I actually saw the sizes. I will put up on the screen what I saw then and what at the time I'm filming is still on the website. I will admit to you I was in a bit of a rush at this point, but I looked at these sizes, thought 30, 30, 15, that's big enough to actually be able to do a 2-week trial with these, so I added it to my cart and checked out. Now let me ask you something. Do you see anything off about these sizes? If your brain works like mine, it might be that you notice 15 grams. Why are we measuring moisturizer in grams as opposed to milliliters? But whatever, grams to milliliters, I can handle that conversion. So at that point I checked out. I get free shipping because of how much I've spent on the e.l.f. website. I'm the top tier or whatever, so I just checked out with that in my cart. It's so funny, a lot of you messaged me about this, so I did get determined later that evening to figure out what was going on with the sizes, and this is actually where I got caught up in something else that ended up being unrelated to my issue, but I finally found the sizes. They're under the ingredients for some reason. I'm not sure why it's difficult to find, but yes, they're under the ingredients. The cleanser is 3.8 fluid ounces, which I feel is smaller. I feel like cleanser, all products just keep getting smaller before our eyes. They stay the same prices, but the products themselves are getting smaller. It's actually a phenomenon by the name of shrinkflation, if you want to look up more about this. Sorry, we've gotten a little bit of economics infused into this channel lately, haven't we? But it's a real thing. It's another way that companies can kind of try to combat inflation. People do not like when the prices get raised on them, so rather than raise the price, companies might consider shrinking the size of a product while keeping the price the same. So there's still a higher profit margin for them, or perhaps, given everything that's going on, that helps to make up for the cost of the raw materials. So I get my mail, I open my package, and you know how e.l.f.'s boxes are actually kind of difficult to open? You've all ordered from e.l.f., right? They're kind of difficult to open. So I actually gave the package to Ara and I went, can you open this? I can't do it. So she opens it up and this falls out. And she goes, what is this, skincare for ants? And I have to admit to you, when I picked this up and looked at it, I went, is that what I ordered? Is that what I ordered? See, here's where this gets really tricky. If you look at the packaging, what you see is 1 fluid ounce, 1 fluid ounce. There's something in the middle that is actually kind of blocked by the moisturizer, but you can't help but notice there is also a very, very tiny little bottle in here. And that is when I realized that it was not, in fact, 30 milliliters, and 15 milliliters, or grams. Instead, the serum in this kit is 4.2 milliliters, roughly the size of my thumb. I have to tell you all, when I opened this, there was a lot of disappointment. So much that I went to Instagram and, made a post saying, the size isn't correct, the size is not correct on the website, please know that before you make this purchase. Because, again, for me, the reason I made this purchase was so I could make a review. And this size is not big enough. I cannot make a review based on 4.2 milliliters. So I double checked the website. It was still showing this sizing. So this is when I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and reach out to e.l.f. I've actually never in all of these years of buying from e.l.f., as being a top tier member of the e.l.f. rewards program, I've never had to contact them. I've never had an issue with their website, with an order, nothing. So I wrote them and I said, hey, I feel frustrated about this because this isn't the size that I ordered. I've never had to reach out to you before. I'm hoping we can just kind of figure something out because right now I don't feel happy. I don't feel like I received what I was told I was buying. The next afternoon, I get the following email that I will put up on the screen, and to paraphrase how I felt, I feel like that email says, it's travel-sized, deal with it, which just simply doesn't address the concern that I had. Now, let me be clear about something here. Recognizing from the start that they said 30, 30, 15, I would have been completely fine with not receiving 30 milliliters of serum. 30 milliliters of serum actually is the full size. I'm not sure how I didn't catch it in that moment, but I didn't. Maybe because I'm used to K-beauty now, where the serums can be a lot bigger. Maybe because 30 milliliters, they do say TSA friendly, so that clicked in my brain. I went, everything's gonna be under 100 milliliters or 3.4 fluid ounces. It's all going to be under that size, travel sized, and so I just, glazed past 30 milliliters without registering, oh, that's the full size serum. So had I received a set that was a half-ounce size of the serum, I'm not even sure I would have emailed them. I might have told them, hey, you need to fix your website, but it's fine. But, just for some context, that would have been this size right here. This is from an I Do Care set. It's a half-ounce of the serum. That would have been absolutely fine. Instead, what we are talking about is 4.2 milliliters of serum, which, for some context of how small that is, here is a foil packet that, if you can believe it or not, is actually larger than this is. This is 5 milliliters. Oops, I have it upside down. This is 5 milliliters, 4.2. So to me, this is not travel sized. This is sample sized. And again, had there been any indication anywhere on the website, I would not have purchased this set. I would have mentally calculated 4.2 milliliters. That's not enough for 2 weeks. I'll buy something else. So I kind of waited for a bit at this point. I was frustrated, but again, I love e.l.f. You have to keep this context in mind. I love e.l.f., so I'm just feeling rather frustrated. So at this point, there was an email, or excuse me, a phone number in that email, and I decided, let's call it. Let's see what they say on the phone. So a very nice customer service representative answers the phone. I explained to her everything that I've told you up to this point. I talk about how 4.2 milliliters is really tiny, and she is looking at the website. I've sent her to the website. I'm like, look at the sizes. And she says, I see how this can be really frustrating. Let me put you on hold. I'll come back to you and see what I can do. So 5 minutes goes by, 10 minutes, 15, 20. I am sitting here going, what on earth is taking so long? Are they fixing the website? I hope they're fixing the website. Finally, she comes back on the line, okay? This person who was very nice to me and very understanding originally. And she says, ma'am, it's a travel size set. I'm going, yes, I know it's a travel size set. But 4.2 milliliters is not the size that was represented on the website. And she says, it clearly says TSA sized. And I'm going, again, yes, it does say TSA sized, but TSA sized as a guideline only means under 3.4 fluid ounces. The problem is the difference between 30 milliliters and 4.2 milliliters is very large. It is almost 10 times smaller than the advertised size. And for context, because I did the math, that means this has a value of about $2. $2, y'all, this set is kind of a ripoff. Allegedly, in my opinion, all those kind of words. So, I had to stand so firm on the phone. I just refused to hang up. Now, I know some people are gonna say, she's being a Karen. I pretty much expect to get some of that in my comments. So I'll again emphasize, I'm not mean to people. I don't yell at them. I just believe in being kind, but being firm. When you as a customer were told something and the company did not deliver upon what you were told, I believe you have the right to find a resolution. I think I should also let you all know that when I order from companies, I do not use the email that's in my description box here. I always use my own personal email. I'm not trying to, be someone who is perceived as an influencer buying from a company. I don't want special treatment. In fact, I want to be treated like you treat all other customers, very much including the people that I recommend products to. So yeah, I mean, if you're wondering why I was so hung up on a $15 order, it's because it did mean more to me than just my own $15. It meant, does this company that has sent me PR in the past, do they stand by their own claims? Finally, after, I kid you not, I'm just on the phone. There's silence. There is silence on the phone because I'm thinking in my head, I'm not hanging up. I hope she knows I'm not hanging up. Finally, she says, ma'am, as a one-time courtesy, I will offer you a refund on this. I don't know what's going on with these one-time courtesy situations. It's a bit odd. I've heard about this kind of a lot. I've heard about people not receiving packages from certain retailers and the retailer finally gives a one-time courtesy. I mean, the thing about this idea of a one-time courtesy is that should mean those words, not, something that the website clearly messed up, the company messed up, and now that's the resolution for the customer. You get a solution one time for our mistake. It's all very wild to me. This is all to tell you, I would not recommend you purchase this set. And I want to also tell you that, this has been kind of an upsetting situation for me. I don't know if I would feel comfortable with recommending the e.l.f. Cosmetics website as a place to purchase e.l.f. I still think e.l.f. has good products, but it's not been a great situation. In the meantime, I find myself hoping that I can get over this. If you search AliceintheRabbitHole e.l.f., you will find so many videos because I love this company so much. So, I think what I'm trying to say is I don't understand why a company wouldn't examine the situation and the buyer. Why would you not look at the, it's at least $500 that I've spent with e.l.f. and say this is a $15 purchase that she made where we made a mistake. This isn't a big deal. Let's find a resolution so we can keep a customer happy and they come back. At this point, I don't think I will purchase from the e.l.f. website. If I purchase e.l.f. again, that's the thing. This is a difficult situation that does leave me feeling, admittedly, some amount of bias towards the brand. And I just don't understand why brands wouldn't actively be trying to prevent that from happening, especially, again, because I don't think I'm wrong that this is their mistake. Also, I haven't actually received my refund yet, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed in e.l.f. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me tell you a little bit about these. So, the Acne Clarifying Cleanser with 1% salicylic acid. By the way, they have to disclose the percentage of salicylic acid because they are calling this an acne treatment, and per US law, you do have to disclose that. I think it's fine. e.l.f. is typically pretty good at cleansers. It seems to be fine. The serum, again, I can't tell you that much about it, but it's probably fine also. It does contain 10% niacinamide, which I would prefer they didn't do just because, again, we've talked so much about this. That is not the level at which niacinamide has been studied. It's been studied at much lower levels, and there's a bit of a concern with going higher than the published literature's level. And that is that active ingredients typically, it's not that they really give you that much more past their level of effectiveness, but rather you can see more of a potential for irritation. So I would personally prefer they didn't do that. That said, I've noticed sometimes I can use stronger niacinamide products and sometimes I feel like I can't. It's a bit of a perplexing ingredient. Maybe it has to do more with formulation as a whole, but again, I won't be able to tell you long-term results with that, unfortunately. And then the Acne Calming Water Cream, 1% salicylic acid with 4% niacinamide. That's a much nicer level. I don't mind this. It's green for some reason. They added chromium greens to it, so it is actually a natural color source, but also very light, so I think if you have oily skin, you probably actually will like this moisturizer. But, I don't know, buy it from Target or something, buy it from Ulta when it eventually comes there, or, take the risk with the e.l.f. website. That's my personal opinion for now. Very, very disappointed in the website. Okay, let's change the mood of this video to something a lot more positive. Let's talk about The Ordinary. Oh, I know some of you are so excited about this. The Ordinary will release, this is coming soon on the Sephora website, the multi-peptide lash and brow serum, $14.50. This looks really, really interesting. Now, let me start out by telling you, if you are somebody who's been concerned about the prostaglandin analogs, had to dig in the drawers for a bit there. Prostaglandin analogs. This one does not contain those. Instead, this is, true to its name, a peptide-based formula. So what they're doing is they're using some peptides in here that actually promote the growth of keratin. Of course, your lashes are comprised of keratin. In fact, I believe there was a study using this ingredient that saw lash growth in 2 weeks. So a few things I would emphasize: you do have to use lash serums consistently. You will not see results immediately. You probably won't see results for that full 2 weeks, but you will start to see results, and then you should continue to see your lashes, in the case of peptides, look a bit healthier. I do think prostaglandin analogs help your lashes to grow even longer past the amount these ingredients do, but I do think these ingredients work, and that is a fantastic price point. Super excited. I think some of you might have received this through Influencer, maybe. I know some people were talking about getting this, so let me know if any of you have had a chance to try this. And another really exciting drugstore release over on the Ulta website, or I believe the Target website, Black Girl Sunscreen, the company who has come out with an incredibly cosmetically elegant sunscreen that, true to its name, works for all skin tones. They've now come out with it in a mist format. It is fragrance-free. It is, of course, a chemical sunscreen, do know that, but many people can use those. And $15.99 for 3 ounces. This looks amazing. We also have some really exciting releases from Korean skincare brands. It's so funny, all of the products I bought here were in my Style Korean haul. So let me just start with the Heimish Hydrogel Eye Patch Matcha Biome Active. Apparently, the reason I couldn't find any information about this, if you saw that video, one of you were right, one of you commented this. This is a new collection. I just thought I wanted eye gels. I didn't even know I was buying a brand new product. So my only concern with these, and if you saw my Instagram, you might know about this, it does contain essential oil ingredients. The strange thing to me, and I just cannot figure this out with certain Korean skincare brands, I don't smell anything in this. This smells like a fragrance-free product to me. So I wonder if they're just using the tiniest trace of essential oils just to maybe kind of neutralize the smell. I don't know. But it's made me nervous, so I personally still haven't tried these, and yet I will say, I have used other K-beauty products that contain essential oils, and I've been absolutely fine with them. So it just, it all depends. Sometimes I react to essential oils and sometimes I don't. Oh, I forgot. I meant to open up this video by giving you channel updates. Just really quickly, I did have a pretty bad essential oils reaction that will be coming to this channel soon. I feel like it's so hard to get past reactions to products, y'all. You just get so scared, right? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Anyway, the other 2 products that I purchased, the Mary & May Rose Hyaluronic Hydra Wash Off Pack. So I was kind of hoping this would be something that it ended up not being at all, but just to update you, I actually think if you have an oily skin type, you might actually really like this. It's a very fun mask to use. It does have these little rose particles in it. I don't know if I should say it's pretty, because it might not actually be pretty on your skin. It's pretty to look at in the jar, right? You know what I'm saying? It's pretty, but it is a bit drying. It is a clay mask. So if you love clay masks, you might like this one. It does contain fragrance, but again, for me, with wash-off products, I'm typically fine with some fragrance. Just a little drying for a dry skin type. However, this brand new release, the Cica Soothing Sun Cream, SPF 50, PA+++++. Okay, this one is really nice. It actually far exceeded my expectations. So I've tried quite a few Korean sunscreens at this point, and I feel like sometimes I'm perplexed by what's really popular. I completely agree with CanMake being as popular as it is. However, the Eccentree sunscreen, y'all, I don't know. I can't make my mind up on it. It's almost too much. Here I am with this very dry skin type, but it's almost too much for me. I think it's because, maybe it's because I live in Florida now where, you know, we often end up walking around sweaty, right? We don't want to, but we do. I almost feel like that sunscreen makes me look sweaty or greasy or something. I'm not sure about it. That's all to tell you, this is not as greasy, and yet it applies just as nicely. It does start out with a little bit of a white cast, but it buffs away. It leaves your skin looking, you know, not matte or anything, but not too greasy. And makeup is wonderful over it. No issues whatsoever. This is actually really nice, and no added fragrance. You know, I've been over here saying the Mary & May brand is an amazing brand. I've been saying especially for dry skin, but I feel like maybe Mary & May responded to that by coming out with products that you might like, even if you don't have dry skin. The sunscreen is nice. It's a really well formulated sunscreen. And then you know we have to talk about the new I'm From collection. I'm From has released the I'm From Beets collection. So you know what this means, right? We now have I'm From Pears, Beets, Battlestar Galactica. Now, I don't know what the reception has been to this one, but I wouldn't be surprised if there are some amount of people saying, so are we just throwing any fruits and vegetables into skincare now and saying it's got benefits because of the vitamins in it? Well, kind of. I ran one of my dreaded Google searches on benefits of beets as skincare ingredients, and what I saw people saying was the same things that we've talked about. Please see my lotus heart leaf mugwort comparison where I talked about plants as a whole. I saw people saying antioxidants. Yes, most likely all plants give you antioxidant ingredients. Most likely, we have to test it, but most likely. I'm From is saying that beets are moisturizing for your skin, which I think is actually something else we addressed in that very video. We talked about the polysaccharide contents in plants. So yes, again, you know, you probably could just put some random fruit on your skin and experience some amount of moisturizing. Does it necessarily mean you need to use all the fruits and vegetables and plants in existence on your skin? Not necessarily. Do I still want to try these products because they look cute and it's I'm From? Yes. Yes, I do. I'm sorry to be so predictable, but also they do kind of look like just nice, gentle formulas overall. We have the Beet Purifying Mask, Beet Energy Ampoule, and Beet Refresh Pad. I think, for me, I'm most interested in the ampoule. It is small, though. It's only a 30 milliliter size. Oh, we already had that conversation for too much of this video. Let's look at the ingredients here. So they're saying this one is 81.5% red beet extract to supply hydration and enhance skin's moisture retention abilities, probably through the polysaccharides. It also features micro-squalane capsules to help the nourishing essence penetrate deep into the skin. And look at that ingredients list. I mean, that is incredibly simple, straightforward, looks non-irritating. People tend to like the I'm From masks, right? So let's at least take a look at the Beet Purifying Mask here. So honestly, this one sounds, actually I'm not sure. They're saying coconut shell powder in this product, leave on for up to 15 minutes. It's a clay-based mask, so I feel like I just bought something similar to this and just talked about it in the Mary & May Rose Mask. So I think I'll personally pass on this one, but let me know if any of you have tried it or if you're interested. Oh, it also has some fragrance in the mask. Do you all consider Tower 28 to be Korean skincare, or do you consider it to be high-end? I feel like I have not officially decided where this is or where this should belong in this video. But regardless, we'll put it here between the two. This is the new Tower 28 Intensive Rescue Serum. I started having people ask about this, and so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and buy this. It is a very simple ingredients list, no added fragrance. I mean, it's really just the focus is this hypochlorous acid ingredient. For acting as an antimicrobial product, which will give you great benefits if you are somebody who deals with acne, especially if your acne tends to be more from bacteria. If you're somebody who's, your skin is healing from a disaster with your moisture barrier, some kind of a reaction, your skin is actually more susceptible to bacteria in those times, so it can be really helpful to have the right antimicrobial products around. I actually do like it. It's small, but for some reason it does seem that it goes farther than I would have expected. It looks like it's kind of watery, but you actually don't need that much. So very simple, but again, you know, it's different. And I always look for that, right? You all know I'm always looking for something that stands out from other products on the market. So that moves us to the high-end section, which is where everything from this point out is products that I received in PR. Let me talk about this new release from Milk Makeup. Milk has released the Hydro Ungrip Makeup Removing Cleansing Balm. We just talked about makeup removers. I'll link you my video if you missed it. I did not include this as one of my absolute favorites because, frankly, it's fine. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with this. It's, I guess, cute packaging. I do like the color of it. It's much more like the pharmacy Clinique Take the Day Off balms. It's one of the thicker types. It does have some fragrance, but actually, I don't know if I like the smell of this, to be honest. I really don't. It smells like plastic. Do you ever have this situation where you're looking at the ingredients list and you see the word fragrance, but you're smelling the product going, what fragrance did you use? What did you use? A fragrance blend where the top note is plastic and the base note is wood? Why would you add that to this? I guess it could just be a masking fragrance. That could make sense, but anyway, this is all to tell you it's fine. I think it's one of those releases where, you know how I talk all the time about looking for what sets a product apart? I think that's my deal with this. I find myself going, but Milk, why did you come out with this? What did you feel was missing from the world of cleansing balms so much that you said, okay, we're gonna come out with this product? What stands out? It's not the packaging, it's not the feel of it, it's not the smell of it. What makes this different? Why did you release this? Let's talk about some sunscreen really quickly. So Kopari actually sent me their 2 new sunscreen releases. Oh my goodness, y'all, I wish so much that I wasn't allergic to avobenzone because this Sunshield Body Glow, oh my gosh, it is that beautiful. It smells heavenly. You know Kopari smells, right? Oh my gosh, it smells so nice. Let me tell you all something. Let me tell on a certain household member here. We have somebody in the house who is easy to narrow down via the process of elimination, who doesn't really love sunscreen, which I can't even blame her for. Sometimes we're going to the pool and I'm like, here's some Think Sport, and she's like, So when this package came in, I said, okay, do you think that this right here is a sunscreen you would use? She grabbed it and she goes, that's a sunscreen? Bless you, Kopari, you have made a sunscreen here that people who hate sunscreen will actually love. It is beautiful. It's a body sunscreen though, let me make sure I'm clear on that. This one right here though, this is a mineral sunscreen that is made for your face, the antioxidant face shield. This is surprisingly nice. So we're gonna talk about non-nano sunscreens at some point. I'm still doing some research around them. This is a non-nano zinc oxide sunscreen. And what's really interesting about this is that, are you familiar with the Kinship sunscreen? You know how it's a little bit heavy on, but it doesn't leave your skin feeling dry? Take that and preserve those properties, but make it a little bit lighter. That's what the Kopari sunscreen is like. For me, I actually felt like the Kinship was too heavy, like I was saying earlier in this video. I'm not sure about the Eccentree sunscreen. It's like you've got to find this good range, in my opinion, that seems to be kind of difficult with sunscreens, especially zinc oxide sunscreens. That's all to tell you. They've formulated this to really offset that drying feeling without being too much. It's surprisingly well done. I feel like Kopari has had a lot of changes over the years, and where they are now is a really good place. By the way, this is not a product that contains coconut oil. I know a lot of people didn't like the old Kopari with their hefty focus on coconut oil. This one does not contain that ingredient. And for me, that covers everything that I was excited about and wanted to share with you all for this month. Woo! It was a month though, was it not? In a lot of ways, right? In a lot of ways. But that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Are you interested in any of these products? Have you grabbed any? Are you thinking of grabbing any? Let me know your thoughts on all of the drama for this month in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you all next time.